Hello, my loves. This is Malayla with Love and Light Starseed Tarot. Welcome. Today I'm going to do a reading for Cancer and their person. I hope everyone's doing well. These are timeless messages, so whenever you click on the reading, it's meant for you. This is for Sun, Moon, or Rising in Cancer. Angel Spirit Guides, please show us. What is the overall energy between these two, please? What is the overall energy? 5 of Coins. Judgment. Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Coins. Yeah, so I'm getting, you had to move away. You had to make a judgment call. Either you are actually moving or just, needing to put space and distance between you and this person. And this could be because you're feeling left out in the cold, or this person is making you feel like you're, not good enough, or there's, lack mentality here. This could be about finances or just energy in general. But you want to move towards, more loyalty. Someone who's, steadfast. Someone who's, more predictable. What is your energy at this time? 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. Yeah, you are completely over any heartache and burdens. You have walked through the fire. You are a wounded warrior, but you've come out unshakable on the other side. You've walked through the fire and you are now a force to be reckoned with. What is their energy, please? The 10 of Cups and the Queen of Coins. Yeah, they definitely saw you as happily ever after. They are, they could be possibly working on their finances or just needing to be more balanced and stable, but they could also be in another connection. This could be, something about family lineage. There could be children involved, but I'm just getting that, you were their everything. You were their happily ever after. I have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy out. How do you see them? 2 of Wands. The 6 of Swords. I'm just getting that, you're at a crossroads right now. You are planning, you are, choosing a new path to go down. You want brighter days, calmer waters. You're no longer wanting to hold on to something that's draining you. You're realizing that distractions are just holding you back and keeping you down. I'm getting that you could be thinking, what can I do right now to change my life for the better? What can I do, in order to walk down a new path? You're planning and coming up with a solution at this time is what I'm getting. But you could be feeling that this person needs to do that as well. That they have to make a better choice for their life. How do they see you? King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. The Queen of Wands. Wow. And the Empress. Oh my goodness. Wow. So yeah, this person definitely sees you as divine counterparts. This person sees you as loving, nurturing, kind, creative, passionate. Wow. I'm just getting your energy is contagious right now. You know, you could be being more mindful of your actions and your thoughts, focusing more on the positives, you know, because you're seeing that your thoughts are very powerful, right? What you think about comes about. Wow. How do you feel about them? The Chariot and death, rebirth. Yeah, you're seeing that you feel that they need to make a change. They need to go down a new path. They need to take a new route, you know, and transform their life. You know, roles could be reversed here. This is energy, so energy is fluid. Just take it how it resonates. Or if you're a cross watcher, how do they feel about you? King of Swords and the Five of Wands. Yeah, they definitely feel that, you know, you could be cold and detached at this time. There could be no communication because you don't want conflict, right? You don't want to be in competition with anyone. You're over, you know, any combativeness. You know, you could have said some choice words, or they think that you're going to say some choice words. What are your actions in the 3-day? What are you doing in the 3-day? Queen of Swords and the Six of Coins. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. You know, you could be detached and not speaking at this time because you only want to collaborate with people that are, you know, on the same level or in the same realm as you, on the same page, right? You only want, you know, equal give and take, reciprocity. You know, because you deserve the best. You know, and this person was not in alignment with your highest good. You know, this person could have tried to, you know, bring you down or to keep you stuck at their level. You know, but you've been refined. You know, you're now unshakable. You have grown and learned so much from this connection. You know, you can see right through people's intentions. You're thinking logically. You know, now you're moving towards your highest version. You know, you can smell deceit and trickery and narcissistic traits from a mile away. What are their actions? The Four of Wands and the Lovers. Wow. Yeah, this person. Wow, this person is trying everything. They're pulling out all the stops. You know, this person could think you're twin flames, 1111, or just definitely, you know, doing what they need to do to become stable, to become, you know, your happily ever after. You know, to have things be reciprocated, you know, vice versa. Wow. What are your messages towards them? The Hierophant and the Hermit. Yeah, so, you know, you could be wanting higher level of commitment with this person, you know, and they were living more like single life, or, you know, someone could be in a commitment and need to be single first, but, you know, I'm going to get one more for that. Let's see, one more. 10 of Coins. Yeah, there could be something about family legacy here. You know, someone's money tied up. in a commitment, and someone needs to be, standing on their own 2 feet. Someone needs to be more independent and alone first, and being able to, go within and heal before jumping into another commitment is what I'm getting. I'm just hearing when people and things are ejected out of your life, out of nowhere, it's not rejection. It's for your own protection. You're only wanting a soul deep, compassionate connection. Something that's going to last the test of time. You're never going to be willing to settle for less. You're not going to lower your standards for surface level connections. I'm getting that you're here on a mission and you are magical. You're loving, passionate. And you only want that in return as far as a connection or a relationship. I'm just getting this person will rise to meet you, or, they can go. I'm getting that this person wants to rise to meet you. This person sees you as the full package. What is the outcome, please? The Page of Swords and the Three of Swords. Yeah, so I'm just getting someone is needing to learn more, right? Someone needs to or wants to research and learn more, possibly even take new classes, about pain, about heartache, and how to overcome this in order to, learn more, in order to not have this pain again, right? That's what I'm getting, being unshakable. So that way, you won't be fooled again. So that way you can see, like I said, narcissists from a mile away, or, see, or smell deceit. Just continuously growing, continuously learning more and being teachable. What is the advice, please? Ace of Swords and the Three of Wands. Yeah, absolutely. Needing honest communication in order to move forward, right? Whether it's, communicating together or just being, honest and open and, communicating with yourself, your wants and needs for the future. It starts with honesty, and it starts with, looking ourselves in the mirror in order to, know what you want for the future, claiming it, choosing it, write it down, write your goals down. I'm going to get messages of love for this connection, please. Warning, don't dismiss the red flags. Abundance, you've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. Addiction, an addiction is affecting this relationship. I'm going to get a numerology card for amazing Cancer. What message needs to come through for Cancer, please? 999, release, balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles. What goes around comes around. Your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you are experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you make room for something new to emerge? If you agree with this message, type 999 in the comments. And thank you so much for liking and subscribing. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.